Alright guys, how yous doing? It's John here back with another drama challenge for our long summer project, and today we're going to be learning all about how to write our own monologues. In order to get the most out of our monologues, we need to first build the world around it. There's going to be a worksheet available on the website. If you want to follow along with that, it'll make everything a lot easier. Now, our first part is going to be creating a character. So what you want to be thinking about there is, what's their name? What age are they? How would their age affect how they talk? For example, an older person may speak slower, at a deeper pitch, and have a lot more extensive range of vocabulary, whereas a younger person may speak faster at a higher pitch and would most likely have a limited vocabulary, depending on how young they are. What you need to be doing is spending some time practicing this. Spend some time speaking as your character. Definitely try and spend at least a good 10 minutes just practicing speaking how your character would speak. So once we've got all the details of our characters ironed out and you've spent enough time practicing it, it's time to move on to part 2, which is create a story for your character. This story is what's going to influence the content of your monologue. Now, a story can be as outlandish and creative as a mystical journey to an unknown land to save a loved one, or it can be as simple and true to life as a trip to the shops for a loaf of bread, or it can be anything in between. Really, how creative you go with your stories is completely up to you. But what you do want to have regardless is a beginning, middle and end section to your story. For example, if I wanted to create a story for an older character, the beginning could be that old Harry is looking to make his usual meal of roasted cheese, but finds out that his wife is eating the last of the bread and that he must go to the shop to get more. The middle part would be when he's on his way to the shop and must rescue a small kitten that's been stuck up a tree. And then the end section would be where the kitten turns out to be the shopkeeper's kitten, and in return, as a reward, he gives Harry the loaf for free, allowing Harry to go home and get his Thursday roasted cheese dinner. Now remember, the more details that you have about the character and the story, the easier it's going to be for you to create a monologue for them. Once you're creating a monologue, you've got to ask yourself 3 questions. So I'll run through the questions and I'll answer them all in relation to my monologue about old Harry going to the shop. So our first question is, what moment in the story do you want your monologue to take place? In the old Harry story, I would say that I would want to create a monologue about when he is rescuing the kitten. Question 2, why is this a good place for a monologue? So I think that would be a good place for the monologue because I feel that that's where the story is most interesting, and it's where the character would face the most conflict. Then I would move on to question 3, the final question. Is it an inner or an outer monologue? So if I wanted to do an inner monologue here, I would be writing it with Harry speaking to himself. But if I wanted to do an outer monologue, I could write it where Harry is speaking to the cat or the audience. So once we've got all of that, it is time to finally start writing our monologues. Remember to include lots of passion, lots of details in your monologues. Really think about the language and vocabulary that your specific character would use. Send us them in, we would love to read or watch your monologues as well. And most of all guys, just stay safe and stay creative.